All right, I'm back. We are back with Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 8, Episode 7, Game Recognized Game. Just real quick, I am going to do my best to upload all of Queen's Men. There's 2 episodes that drop today. So if I can't get to both of them today, I will do one today, I promise y'all, and one tomorrow. But I will do my best to do both tonight. And then we still have to do Bell Collective. So that's just my little church announcement. Anyway, let's get back to this episode. It picks up with Robin. Robin is in his office questioning Fatima about going to see Gary that night for his wedding. Robin tells Fatima she went to confront him on behalf of Andy or on behalf of Zach for the refusal about returning Zach's investment. Fatima tells Robin he subpoenaed Gary. Did he subpoena Gary's financial records for his fund? And so Gary was like, yeah. So Robin asks, did she try to unalive Gary? Robin says that she has the motive, mean, and the opportunity, and it looked like it. It also seemed like everybody had motive, means, and opportunity. Robin tells Fatima to play nice with Hayden, and he won't turn all of this information into the authorities. I kind of feel like Robin wasn't going to do that anyway. He just needed her to be on track with Hayden. And then, the theme song, come on. My girls hold me down. We gon' win outside. Yeah, I really like that theme song. I know I cannot sing, but people, that is my favorite song. Oh my God. Listen, I come from the theme song era. There are not too many theme songs in today's TV world, but I come from the theme song era. I know the theme songs to a lot of these shows, so gotta give the girl something. So, and in her outfit she been wearing since episode 1, answers the phone and lets the person up, and it's Agent Watt. Agent Watt enters as passive aggressive as he is, and might I add jealous as he does. Tyler, we need somebody that's very much polished and less rude, very demure. Y'all, I'm gonna stop using, because I don't use that word often. And please stop using that word, because demure means shy. Okay? Don't name your kids demure, whatever. Just stop. Sorry. Well, anyway, yeah, he can go. He can go. He tells Andy that there's been another attempt on Gary's life, and I thought that Andy was still in love with Gary. It feels like she kind of is. I don't think she wants anything bad to happen to Gary. She just wants him to leave her alone and just live out his life, And so in the next scene, we see Sabrina talking to Rich, explaining why he met Danny there, why she met Danny at the restaurant and not him. And I was just like, I guess, So Sabrina asked him what the fight was really about, and I told y'all in the other episode, I don't know which one, that he has some type of problem with this. So he's having second thoughts. He says that he's not. He says that he's committed, but his problem is how it's being done. not the regular way, because she's not conceiving in that manner. But the fact that he have to go into a clinic and in a cup to give his sperm to Sabrina, it's not, you know, normal, but people do it. So we get to the salon. Miss Lisa walk in. Y'all remember last week, Marie Willis walked out mad and just fussing and going in, and Miss Lisa walked in. I really like Miss Lisa. I've always liked Miss Lisa. She's so level-headed. And she asked them who made her mad. And Pam then tells us that Marie Willis was a part of a girl group. And then she went solo and wrote a song called Beat Your about my I'm sorry if y'all didn't hear me. The song was Trick, I Beat Your Tail. Y'all can fill in the blank over my man. Girl, I can see that. I can definitely see that about Marie Willis. I can see that she has always been a firecracker, and I can also see that she's been probably quite the firecracker back in her day, which is probably why she went solo, because she can't work with other women. So we found out that Marie Willis actually started her own company, her own record label, and turned it into $1 million business. So Karen tells Miss Lisa about Marie Willis investing into Roots and Roots to Riches. I wonder if she invested into Karen's shop too, because Roots to Riches is being ran in the shop. I hope so, but I don't know. So, and if y'all know, maybe I missed it, just drop it down below in a comment. Just let a sister know. So Karen tells Miss Lisa about her being questioned by the police. We then get to the next scene where Hudson is questioning the doctor, and we found out that Gary's IV was laced with heroin and fentanyl. And I was like, baby, they tried to take Gary out. Way to go. Whoever did this, I can't thank you enough. Listen, if y'all tell me who y'all think did it, but for me, weirdly enough, I think that Hudson and Gary just came up with this. It's a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with bullshit, okay? First, I could be wrong, because Hudson is giving, I'm very passionate, this is my friend and this is this, but I feel like him and Gary came up with this scheme about him being stabbed, but there are parts of me that feel like somebody else came in. Now, I want to say that could have been Robin, it could have been anybody, but I still feel like Hudson and Gary has something to do with this entire thing. I don't know. I just can't wait to find out, and I really hope for the life of us as Tyler Perry fans who are hanging on by a thread that we don't wait 3 to 4 seasons to find out who stabbed Gary and why they did it, and it's just some underhand. I just want somebody on the show who did it. We can wrap this up in the bowl and be done by the end of this season. Okay, Tyler, please, somebody tell Tyler, just let it be done by the end of this season. We don't need to carry this on, because we tired. Okay, we tired. So we get to Danny and Tony, and they're arguing, and I just can't. Why? Danny says she will go 12 rounds about her autonomy, and I felt that. I've always been single. I will not give y'all a number, but I will say this. I don't never want to feel like my autonomy is trying to be taken away from me, and it freezes me up. You know, I don't like it. So Danny says she actually tells Tony, don't decide for Danny. She called it the triple D. And then y'all, it was how you're in the middle of an airport, like everybody been inside of an airport, you're in the middle of the airport, and we all even know how that scene looks, and for you to be up on her like that in front of all of your employees is very unprofessional. You know, because the last season, I want to say he went under the table and sir, y'all ain't got no cameras around there. Lord, it's giving a little soul plane. It's giving Spirit, okay, little baby Spirit airline, but that's unprofessional. And now what we're starting to see is people actually noticing them. And I wonder, and I always say this, but I really wonder if this is a foreshadowing for something, you know, something's gonna happen with their job. Somebody's job is gonna be on the line. It'll make a good storyline. How, I don't know, but it just seemed like it is something different, you know. But I just didn't like that, like the way he's always sir, it's a time and a place for everything, and when we're at work, we're at work. The problem I also have is they be at work, and you know, so anyway, Fatima gets home and they talk about Michael, and he tells Fatima Michael said nugget. Y'all, we still proud of that. But we need him to say other words. And Tyler, can we please progress him just a little more? We can progress Michael just a little bit more where he's doing more talking, but I get it. It's a lot of trauma, and also the dates and all of that is probably like a week, or Tyler's days move a whole lot slow, and all of this probably happened in one day. 7 episodes, it's probably just been like a day. So Fatima starts to shade Karen about the baby daddy, saying they have everything in common with Josiah. That's who Michael was over playing with. He had a play date, and Josiah just happened to have 2 mommies, and Fatima was like, well, Karen about to have 2 baby daddies. This baby gonna have 2 daddies and 1 mommy. And I was just like, girl, but Fatima felt like, yeah, for all the time she disrespected me, I feel like I can throw some shade and whatever. So she actually decides not to tell Zach what's going on, but it looks like in the next episode she's gonna tell him what's going on. So we get back to Andy's apartment, and it's Detective Watt. He don't think Andy did it. I know he don't think. He knows that Andy didn't do this. At this point, he's just borderline harassing her. And he grabs her by the arm and tries to force her to come down to the station. And then Robin walks in, and Robin again in so many words warns him again, you really need to chill. So she ran into Robin's arms, and they was about to kiss. Now y'all, it would have been great if Jordan would have walked in on this, but I guess we gonna keep it cute. And she stopped, and I was just like, Robin, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because once this case is over, I would like to say that Robin is gonna go, but and maybe they may have him leave, but Andy, we know that Andy is not over Robin. Of course she's still with Jordan, but she loves Jordan, and you're crying over Gary. And sometimes, again, I did just say this earlier, that I do kind of question whether or not she's over Gary. I think the way everything, how she found out everything, and while she was with Jordan, she had to make herself be more available for Jordan and less available to Gary because she was angry at him. That's just my opinion. So we get back to the salon where Karen tells Miss Lisa they crashed the wedding and they went looking to see what Gary had over Andy. Karen did make a point about the double standard about her pregnancy, how she's always being judged, but then a man can go out and get multiple women pregnant and that is okay. And then she read about the same situation she was in, but just with a white woman, and the white woman was able to get a lot of support. And versus her, she just feel like people look at her as she just being down bad. And I didn't like that for Karen. I really don't. I don't like that for us, because people feel like we are always okay with placing stuff on our shoulders, placing everything on our laps, being able to be something to everybody else. But when we need that something, they then tell us, oh, you can't do that, you're not supposed to be that. I beg to differ. This is why I am okay with people who, I'm gonna leave that alone. Communities. Women need to form more communities rather than being hard on other women. Form a community where you support each other but not uphold each other's BS. That was for free. Karen thinks that this is her karma, and while Karen was not everybody's favorite after these past couple episodes, I'm just here to say that you cannot control what happens. Stuff happens. This lady did not plan to have a baby by two separate men, but by God's grace, these babies are here, and guess what everybody's going to do? Rally around these babies, take care of these babies, and go from there. So now we get to the fertility clinic, and Sabrina and Rich are there, and he's still complaining. Sabrina gets a text from Andy, and Sabrina calls Danny to let her know what's up and what they're doing. Rich then calls Sabrina, and he tells her he cannot do this, and she was like, I knew it, and da-da-da-da-da, you know, and he needs moral support. So, ma'am, she was like, he wanted her to come in there, and she talked him right on through it, and I was like, that's how you do it. And it didn't take him long. Anyway, so the girls make it to Andy's house, and we see Karen's growth when she talks about Fatima. Danny says the devil must be wearing a faux fur because hell done froze over, and I agree. But whatever we can do to speed up this process between Fatima and Karen, because that started to get on my nerves and everybody else's nerves around me. So then Karen tells them what happened at the salon with the little scammer and her burnt busted edges, and Andy tells them that Robin tried to kiss her, and sorry, I'm sorry, I was distracted. Andy tells her that Robin tried to kiss her, and it was like, girl, what? Whatever. And so all the ladies, her phone rang. Andy's phone rang, and then all the ladies, decide to leave, and she answers the phone, and that's Hudson. We see that Hudson is calling her because Gary is woke. whoever did this, we was rooting for you. We was rooting for you. So Hudson passed Gary the phone, and y'all, Gary was just laying there like he had one foot in the hospital and the other in the grave. Child, he looked like he was. I don't know what kind of makeup they put on Gary, but he looked casket ready. I'm sorry, that's how Gary had been looking in the hospital room. He looked like he was gone. I'm sorry. But I do want to say I'm glad that the sisters are back to its original. You know, they're better than ever. Their bond is better than ever. And y'all, before I say this, before I end it, Gary asked Andy, where is she? I'm gonna tell y'all this. For some reason, I feel like Tyler wrote in a new and improved Gary. Now, this about to piss Penelope off even more so because the men, y'all, the men cannot resist Andy, and I'm here for it. Now, if Gary come out, with that same attitude, at this point, we can just smother him with a pillow. We could just smother him with a pillow, but they not. But I could be wrong, but my guess is he's gonna be a new and improved Gary, and he is not to be like, we cannot trust Gary at this moment. So whatever he do is probably gonna be cap because he is not to be trusted. And so y'all, this where the episode ends. It was okay. It was okay. Okay, we just gonna keep on watching. And I told y'all I'm always on the Tyler Perry train. I like his little stuff. Anyway, before y'all walk out, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Boop boop below, and I will hit y'all in the next one. Bye.